Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by the channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a full review of this $60 Pagani design Tag Heuer Aquaracer Homage. So yes, this is a Homage watch. I did purchase it from AliExpress. I did an unboxing video a little while ago, but in today's video we're going to do a full review and really see if this $60 Homage to the Aquaracer is worth the money. So let's get right into it. Alright, here it is, the Pagani design, looking pretty good under the lights, nice and shiny and glistening and gleaming. So let's just jump right in to the specs and features, put them up on the screen for your viewing pleasure. The model number here is PD1617. The movement, as far as I could tell, is a Chinese Seagull ST6. Now, you can find other movements in these watches as well for different price points, but I believe this one has the Seagull ST6. The crystal is a mineral crystal. Case material is stainless steel. Case diameter is 43 millimeters. Case thickness is 14 millimeters without the Cyclops, obviously, but definitely a chunky watch for sure. Lug to lug is 50 millimeters. That is to the lug tip, to the other lug tip. Now you can see the bracelet does protrude from the case slightly. I got that measurement as 51.8 millimeters. Lug width between the lugs is 22 millimeters. The band material is stainless steel. Supposedly there's 100 meters of water resistance on this watch, and the weight, as I weighed it with all of the links, is about 184 grams. Now, I did look up a few statistics about that Seagull ST6 movement. Supposedly it's a 17 joule movement. It beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It is self-winding. The rotor only winds one way. This is a hand winding watch as well, and there is hacking here, and the power reserve is about 36 hours. Apologize for any fingerprints or smudges that you might see on this watch. But let's jump into the design and durability. As far as the design goes, of course it's a nice design because it's a Homage watch. It's a Homage piece of the Tag Heuer Aquaracer. So obviously the design is established, and most companies don't make Homage watches that are not successful. So the Tag Heuer Aquaracer is a successful watch. It's a popular watch. It can be a pricey watch for some people, and so they make homages of it. So the design, as far as the design goes, it's recognizable, and as far as I can tell, Pagani Design did a good job in mimicking the Tag Heuer Aquaracer. Maybe I'll throw up a quick shot here of the real thing so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But as you can see, it's clearly a homage from that side-by-side. The case is large, it's hefty, you might say, somewhat angular. You do get this jutting out portion that kind of mirrors the crown guards over here and the crown, but not a thin watch. And the case back is a screw down case back. You get some etching on there with Pagani Design and some other information, but all stainless steel, mostly brushed surfaces. You do get some polishing on the sides of the case, but the tops of the lugs are brushed. As far as the crown goes, it is a screw down crown. It is signed. It's protected by the crown guards, as you can see. And it works fine. It's easy to grip. I think it's a good size. I don't feel like it's too small. It pops out there, and you can go through the different positions, which I'm not going to do right now, so I'll just screw it back in. The bezel, Pagani Design says, is a ceramic insert. So it has a nice blue color. On the video it's looking to me more navy blue, but in person it almost has kind of a turquoise tint to the blue. I'm not sure if that's coming through on the camera though. But the bezel looks great. As far as I can see, there's no real blemishes or anything like that. The painting and the numerals and the tick marks all look really good. And so the bezel, I have no complaints about anything with that. I'll zoom back in just a little bit more. As far as the action goes, it's pretty good. Feels a little bit cheap, but it does the trick, and there is some back play in the bezel, as you can see. So it's a really unique design, as you know, it's taken from the Tag Heuer Aquaracer with these 12 sides here. I think they call a 12-sided polygon, I looked it up, dodecagon. So it's dodecagonal, this bezel, and has that unique shape to it. I did at some points find that my fingers would slip, especially when I didn't have a good purchase on one of these little notches there. But overall, it's not too bad. Let's talk about the dial. The dial is really cool. It has, that unique pattern, texture. I call it a floorboard type pattern. I'm not sure if there is a real name for it. You do get the Pagani design logo and name kind of written on the dial. It's not applied, and the word automatic down below as well. The indices are somewhat multifaceted, and they're definitely large and highly polished. The light really glistens and gleams off of these indices, but it's a really legible watch. Those indices are large. You get a nice little touch of color with the yellow tip of the second hand, and nice date window with the magnifier there. Everything seems to line up pretty good with that, so no complaints there. And just a super legible watch, and a nice blue color to this dial. Let's check the lume real quick and see how that comes through. All right, well, it's not pitch black dark in here, but you can get an idea of what the lume looks like. You can see it's a mixture of blue and green. I'm not sure exactly what lume they're using here. I couldn't find any information about that, but there's a quick shot of what it looks like. All right, well, let's jump into the bracelet before we close out this video. I do have some gripes and complaints here, although to some they're probably pretty minor. The bracelet works as far as it goes. You can see, it does pick up fingerprints, although it is mostly brushed. You do get some polishing, interestingly enough, just on the sides of the clasp portion here. And honestly, the clasp is pretty nice. Just a fold over there with a couple push buttons, and it is a milled clasp. But as far as some gripes go, the end links, as you can see, they jut out like that, and it just kind of looks weird. They don't match the lugs very well. I'm sure that the real thing, that is not the case on the real Tag Heuer Aquaracer. So you can see that it's just a completely different shape than the lugs, and so just something to take note of, something that I'm not too fond of. And then also you can see that the end link kind of, the first link from the end link kind of just drops down almost, and that's kind of odd to me. It's not at the same level as the actual end link that's connected to the case. Also, the edges of these links, yes, they're solid, and that's nice that they're solid, but they're pretty sharp. These points here, honestly, they're not smooth at all, and all of them, as you move it around, you get poked and perhaps could even get cut on them. I'm not quite sure. It is a split pin system here for these links. And also there was this small quality control thing here on the clasp. It almost looks like it's been welded or something like that. So you can see whatever work that was done there. You can clearly see it, and you can see it on the other side as well underneath the clasp. So maybe a quality control issue, but it seems definitely out of place to be seeing that type of thing. Let's move on to the price of this watch. I purchased this one with this particular movement from Seagull for right around $60, right exactly at 60, and then a little bit extra for shipping, I believe. And so that's what I paid for it. Now, I think there are different versions of this watch on AliExpress with different movements, so the price can fluctuate there, but $60 is what I paid for this particular one. I'm going to jump back in front of the camera and share my final verdict of this Pagani design. Well, there you have it. That's my review of the Pagani design, and as far as I can tell, it seems like a fairly good homage to the Tag Heuer Aquaracer. I feel like it is a $60 well spent. It's a $60 that goes quite a ways, in my opinion, and I think if you were interested in this watch, this might be a good option for you. You get the ceramic bezel, you get that cool textured dial, large indices, very legible, a nice date window with the Cyclops, so there's a lot to love about it. I did have some gripes that I shared in the video, particularly around the bracelet, but other than that, I think $60, it's not too bad of a piece. Now personally, I'm not really a fan of Homage watches, so this watch is most likely not going to be staying in my collection, so who knows, it might end up in a future giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel to stay tuned for all of those things that sometimes happen here. We've given away a number of watches already, and we're planning to do more giveaways, so this might be included at some point in one of those giveaways. So get locked in and subscribe right now, and please like this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below what you think of this Pagani design watch in particular, Pagani design as a whole, as a company. I'd love to interact with you down there in the comments section. Thanks for tuning in to this video. We'll see you next time here on J City Reviews.